Places of note in AlkenStar, in this large city in an arid desert planet environment. We've spoken about the 400 tall Hellfallen cliffs. However, at the edge of these cliffs are a magnificent construction called the Screw, which lifts hundreds of vessels up and down its 400-foot drop each year. Also, in Smokeside, where our players currently reside, the inventor's neighborhood of Machine Haven, and peaceful Ustali Heights, and not to forget the Ferris Quarter, are just a few of the places we may visit as of yet. Hello everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Outlaws of AlkenStar Pathfinder 2nd Edition Adventure Path. You are listening to the All Guns, No Glory podcast. When last we left our gutted heroes, okay, maybe just one guy lost his guts. I've been thinking about this spell for like the last couple days, and I want to know, Aiden, is there like a garter spell? You know, guts for garters?
I don't think so.
Oh, you make one. You cast, you get so mad someone they say have your guts for garters. Never mind. Anyway, gentlemen, when last we left, you had finally disabled, dismantled, dispelled, banished, got rid of Tuck, the champion. No, you actually got rid of the lonely machine spirit. Then we huddled back and had a lovely nap and all kinds of caretaking all the way around. And now full on hit points and zest and full of intestine rope, you guys were trying to gain purchase to climb, to scale the side of this downed airship. So, I need some athletics checks, gentlemen. And I will even assume that even without the rope, if you can scale it with a DC that I'm asking for, then you securing the rope and then everyone, you know what I mean? I'm just going to roll that into the DC. So, athletics checks all around, gentlemen. Well, the three of you, anyway.
Seeing the intestines, I might want to do a quick medicine check on myself. I'm missing a few hit points I might want.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we could have covered that this morning.
Athletics check of 8.
Hey, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, you guys just keep tossing up the guts and then they just come flopping back down in a big pile. Charwin.
Got a 21 for the medicine check.
Okay.
11 to heal.
All right. And what about Pilo? He actually is down a couple hit points.
I can't help him.
Can't do much. I'm okay with it right now. I've
All right.
got 16 or 19. I should be okay for now.
Okay. Little soft there still, Troy.
Oh, sorry about that.
It's all right. Alrighty then. Somebody's just spamming some crazy dice. Okay, you're just trying to get a leg up here. Athletics, untrained. Let's go back to the beginning, shall we? Shirty got an 8. Pilo got an 8. Then we got Shirty with a 1. Well, so you're climbing and then suddenly you're falling.
Yeah, so the cool thing about inside ropes is I can attempt a flat DC 5 check whenever I critically fail to prevent a fall.
Okay, let's have it.
But it's only with me. Other people can use the rope like normal, but...
Oh yeah, your guts. It's barely me. He just kind of comes down and snatches like a bungee and just boings at the bottom like a foot off the ground. Fine, no damage for you. Moving down the list, lots of Charwin. Charwin, athletics of 8. Oh, wow, look at you guys are all on a roll here. Not doing very well. Shirney gets back up, dusts herself off, and your last roll for athletics was?
A 13.
Well, this is getting you guys nowhere. How about this? Do we have like range touch attacks? That kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so give me one of those. Do you have something you could secure to your guts? I don't know, a couple of twirling kidneys, like a lasso or whatever, to, like the perfect grappling hook. Do you have a grappling hook? Borrow a couple of ribs from Pilo. What do you got?
Not sure if they work that way.
I have a mace.
I have a climbing kit.
Hey, if you could, if you could stiffen your hand, and then just loan it to him and he'll use it. That'd be great. It's my back scratcher. What? Like this?
Perfect.
That's amazing.
It's a skeletal hand covered in actual cogs and welts and Saw it on sale and just couldn't resist.
I have a climbing kit. Will that help at all?
Yeah, it should. If you use it, it should give you should give you a bonus, at least +2.
It does have a grappling hook in it.
Okay, so give Shuni said kit.
Shurney.
Don't call me Shirley. And one last roll from Shuni for the win. Get him up and over. Her up and over.
Well, there you are.
17.
There you go. With a little help from my friends. Shurney climbs up and is atop the magnificent apparatus. Where are you? There you go. Can I have a perception? And I mean the front page kind of perception. Because if you're up here looking around at this vantage point, you can see a lot. And unfortunately, a lot can see you. So while the rest of you rubes are climbing, I'm going to reveal some map here for Shuni. Can I have athletics from you two? We're looking for 15.
Hey, I got a 15.
Hey.
Acrobatics?
Ask and you shall receive.
Yeah.
12.
Okay, now at this point, now that you have two guys on the top, can you can just drop your gut rope and you guys can pull him up, right? As long as you've got, like, one guy I'd be asking for strength checks, but two, you guys can just anchor and he can just, climb up. So at this point, I'll be kind. However, that's what's going to happen. What actually happens is I'm going to take Pilo at that 13. Was it 12? What'd you get?
I got
12. 12. I'm going to take you at that 12 in an initiative kind of manner. Don't look too much into it. Shurney got... Actually, you got 17 to get up here. Bellamy's about to do his thing. Pilo got 12. And Charwin got 15 on the nose. Mr. Smokefur gets halfway up and then succumbs to choking and hacking. Perhaps he has a hairball problem. Anyway, he just kind of gives you the, give me a minute kind of thing. And we're just going to leave him be. At the top of our initiative order with 17, Shuni.
Shurney.
You know what Shuni is? That new Pathfinder race. The little pug dogs is stuck in my head, so you can't blame me on that.
I mean, I still can't.
I mean, you might as well call your character Nork, and I'm going to call you Orc. Like, I'm just saying. Shurney with a 17. 4 terrible, pustulated, covered, organs out of place. Oh, it's my people. Look at that. Scarred, vestal limbs, creatures scout about a camp. And a fourth member, a tied up, scowling dwarf next to a tent. And at 17... perception. What did you actually get with your perception?
11.
Okay. You basically see what's obvious. A couple of tents, a couple of creatures, large humanoids that look like they've been mutated, probably too many trips to the Mana Wastes. And tucked beside a tent that you can see, but only because of your vantage point, a dwarf tied up with his gear and crap beside him. Anyway, two of them in the back. Now you are atop a dirigible, which is on an angle, and this dirigible itself is about 2 or 3 squares wide, but it's a good 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 8, like 20 long. However, only 10 feet away from you, the dirigible is snapped in half. Like, getting up here is easy, but navigating forward along the dirigible, which is actually quite unstable looking, is way safer than diving into the top of the scrap pile, which is jagged and rusty as hell. So you may have a problem moving forward. Now, the very back of this winding path where these guys are encamped are 2 tents, 2 of these creatures that seem to be going through a backpack and arguing over who gets what. One is wandering around, poking with a hammer. Another one has what looks like a plate, and he's holding it up to the sun. And he's kicking at the dwarf, making demands of the dwarf, who is just stoutly glaring at him. 3 more tents along the bottom of the path near the dwarf. And with perceptions from these creatures, what is your actual dexterity, sir? Not that they do that in this. What's your dex mod?
Dex mod is +1.
Okay, so it's the same as them, so that's why they've probably stacked them like them and then you. Perception. Come on, boys. 1, 2. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, news lawyer as opposed to rules lawyer, because we just recently fired Joseph. Distraction, I believe, is -2. At least it was in Age of Ashes. So if I take -2, 20, 17, 6, 18, there's still a 20. I'm going to say that the guy standing next to the dwarf that's looking up, playing with this plate, sees, the silhouette of Shurnee pop up. What do you do?
Fellas, you might want to get up here. I found the gnolls, I think.
Okay. Single action to warn. I know, you hate this, but it is true. We're still learning. It's a single action to, hey, everyone, look, don't be surprised. And yeah, it's in the rules. I remember that one. 2 actions left. What do you want to do? Warning them is good, though. That is a very good opener. Care to recall knowledge so you know what you're dealing with?
That is not my forte.
Okay.
Do they look hostile?
Do you have society?
I don't.
Guess a cult would be. They look like squatters. I mean, they've set up camp. They don't look like the classic gnoll, though. Though it looks like something nasty ate a gnoll and spit these things out. Perhaps they're mutant gnolls. Perhaps they're mutant gnolls. There is just enough 2 legs, 2 arms, and a whole bunch of pus and jackalish heads and stuff that they might have once been gnolls. What exactly they are, unless you spend that recall, I can't tell you much. But what do you want to do with your actions?
Do they look hostile?
One is just look like he's looking at you, trying to figure out what you are, gleaming in the sunlight. They have a prisoner. They are armed, and they've got a little tent, and it looks like they're going through a very nice backpack, which is probably not theirs. So I'd say yeah.
Okay, that's fit. They do have a prisoner.
They're bullies, at least, probably.
Yeah.
Scrapyard bullies, as opposed to schoolyard bullies.
Then I will target the one closest to the prisoner, and I will cast Daze.
Okay.
Looks like it succeeded at its will save. So I believe.
Can I have a little hocus pocus? Come on, I even make Matt say oogly boogly poof. Call upon the caravan for me, buddy.
Oogly boogly caravan.
Fine, you're not feeling it.
Ooh.
So I took damage even though I saved?
Well, it's a basic save. Actually, let me double check that. I thought Fantasy Grounds would account for that because it said that it saved it. Yeah, so success, you take half the listed damage from the effect if it's a basic saving throw.
Okay. Well,
So
it printed 5, but it took 5. You know, considering all the screwing up of damage that you coulda, shoulda, woulda that it wasn't dealing out, if it's going to deal you free damage now, I'd just take it.
Yeah, well, it should have done 2. Oh, we have Inspire Courage. That's why it did 1 extra. So it should be normally my casting.
All right,
modifier.
that I need to take off because we had a whole, day of that of not having that.
Yeah,
That only lasted a round anyways, so.
Okay. Charwin is no longer wounded 1. Oh, you know what we forgot to do, Drew, is we forgot to check the notes. The gaming notes. Or we're distracted, but for good reason, but we'll get to that soon. So, their initiative, like I said, they had noticed you, so they were all doing what they were doing. We're on Truni. And how many actions to cast this spell?
2 actions to cast this spell.
And what
So
range?
60 feet.
Okay, you should be good, because it's like 45 out, and you're only like 15 feet in the air, so I'm not going to worry that too much about it. Okay. Awesome. I will give... yeah, it does say null number 4, doesn't it? Damn it. And I didn't even identify them. We're unidentified. Yeah. Null number 4. I'm going to give him 1 hit point back because you didn't have the Inspire Courage. Right?
Give him 3 hit points back.
All right.
Because he did save, so he'd take half damage.
Okay, I appreciate your honesty, sir. And that's you?
Yep, that's me.
Charwin. Just getting up top here. Just pulling your way up on here. Okay. As soon as he got up there was a chance of being spotted, and I kind of like, oh no, they're looking at you, you're looking at him. So we're going to say your first action was climbing up there. How fast can one climb per action, I wonder? I'm not going to worry too much about it, because you guys would have been climbing together. Okay. But I will say your first action is you kind of like, getting up here, getting settled. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Now, he called down going, we have trouble, so you're going to pop up here ready to go.
Do we have to spend any actions to help Sir Bones up?
Yeah. Because the plan was to get us up there and then turn around and help him. Mm-hmm. But now, as soon as he got up and you're up here about the two of you are about to help him, suddenly, Sherney's like, oh crap, turns around, casts a spell. So she's not helping with her own rope. You can brace and give me a strength check, and you and Pilo can tug him up here. That's what you could be doing.
Sure, I'll try and help him get up. Do you want an athletics or the strength?
Athletics, because it'll give you the most bonuses you could possibly muster in this. You as well, Pilo.
Athletics, acrobatics, what are you looking for?
You could do both if you want. If you want to, like...
Acrobatics is a lot higher for me.
Yeah, okay, so... All right. So, running back with the gut rope as far as he can and tying himself off, then he just runs at it and tries to, do the hopping parkour to get up. Up. And with another, that gets you 15. That's good enough. I'll say that's good enough. I can drop this DC on Charwin because he's got a rope, so the 10 works. So, Charwin spent his turn getting you up here. Pilo barely gets up here. Which brings us to our prisoner. One dwarf, who we haven't learned his name, but I would like to call on special guest doing a cameo, Mr. Eric Sauv. Yeah, I don't do names. Eric, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jeff.
Would you please describe the prisoner that you are playing tonight?
So you see a rather stout but large or wide dwarf with flaming red hair, a long beard. The one curious thing about him, though, is that you notice that his right arm and right leg are made up entirely or mostly of gears, cogs, pistons. They look like they're clockwork parts. He's crouched on the ground right now with his arms tied behind him, just waiting to see what the gnolls want him to do next.
Yep. Now, you may have to drop his pants to see if he's got an artificial hip, and he'd probably be pissy about that, but, right now, you see clockwork arm, clockwork leg. It is your turn, sir. What do you wish to do? You are bound. You could possibly use athletics and or acrobatics. Now, this gnoll was, or whatever this hell things was guarding you, and he's playing around with your... Do you have a shield? Yes.
Yes, I do.
Well, he has it. This is the big plate that he's looking overhead and, right?
Okay.
But he's been asking you questions, demanding to know if it's magic, that kind of crap, guttling along in goblin different languages that you can barely understand, and kicking at you. And then suddenly something grabbed his attention, and he goes from looking at the shield to sort of cocking his head to one side and staring over at the airship. And then all of a sudden, just like this guy sees the sniper glint, he gets nailed by this dazzling whip of light and goes staggering back in place a little bit. The dazed, I succeeded. It's nothing. I'd have to fail critically to drop what's in my hand or be stunned or anything like that, Aiden?
Correct. You'd have to critically fail to be stunned.
Okay, so he doesn't drop the shield, though I will say he kind of goes from holding from two hands to just in one and starts rapidly blinking and rubbing his eyes. Which means the guy that was watching you was distracted. What do you want to do?
Is he close enough where I could maybe roll over and trip him?
You could, but being bound, there would be penalties to that, just to warn you.
Just trying to kick him with my legs type of deal?
Yep. Are you sure you want to draw that kind of attention? Getting free first might be a priority.
Sorry, Jeff, I don't see the map. Is there a lot more around us?
No problem.
I will try to break my bindings.
Okay. Athletics to break them, acrobatics to wiggle out of them.
I'll go with breaking them.
Okay.
So athletics. So rolled a 9.
Okay. Would you like to spend a hero point to reroll?
Absolutely, I would if I could.
Okay. Then boom, there it is. A diamond on the board, a diamond in the rough. You all see it. There is no I shoulda, woulda, coulda. Reroll your athletics, please.
Beautiful. There we go. Much better.
25. Flexing the beard.
Yes.
Pushing the hydraulic piston to the straining point. The bonds around your leg snap, but you're sitting prone. So unfortunately, you must get up.
Yep. Spend the action to get up.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm taking the wall behind me is just basically a sheer wall of garbage or junk.
Yes, and it is rather nasty and sharp. You get some serious rolls, otherwise you're going to end up like getting sliced up.
Okay. Assuming I lost my spells as well when I got captured.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Like I said, what they've done is like, maybe a little bound and gagged, pull the holy symbol, you know what I mean? And you're just kind of like, they kind of jumped you. And you were like just kind of waking up and they're more interested in your stuff. And the more stuff they fight over, they went from 3 to now 1's discarding you.
Okay. Then my plan at this point then is I'm going to survey the area to see if there's a pathway I can take and just kind of try and bowl my way through.
Okay. If you charge right behind the guy watching you, past the fire on your left, like you kind of got to go between all four of them and off. You know that the sewer entrance is that way to the north. To your east is an airship that you would have to scale. You'd have to rapidly climb. But it would, if you could get your butt up there, then it could buy the time. And you have not spotted, if you want to take your third action as perception. What is shooting at them?
That's why I was kind of going for the survey the area there.
Okay, so give me perception. This time give it to me from the actual skill, not the main, otherwise it'll change your initiative.
No, I'm oblivious. I unfortunately rolled a 3 for a total of 8.
No, it's not bad. You stand up. There are figures that are obscured by the sun. You know, that kind of thing. Sun is just coming up. No, sorry. You guys hit this place at dawn, right? Like 10. So we're looking at like high noon. Anyway, glinting in the sun. Figures, 1, 2, maybe more, scrabbling up on top from the far side. Do not know if they are friendly or not.
Okay, then that'll be my pursuit next round. Then is to take off.
All right.
Distract.
Smoke Fur still having trouble. Still going to have to lead. Like I said, these guys are very interested in the stuff. I'm going to lead these guys again with a perception to see if they even care that their comrade has called out in pain. Nope, he doesn't care. And another 2. 7. Nope. 15. Oh, we see the dwarf getting free. That's not good. 14. Okay. So the 2 guys closest to you, the north guy and 2 squares down on top of you, well, the guy that got hit in the face and now you're up beside him is aware that you are up and running. The 2 guys in the back are happily oblivious. So, let me just zoom in here. So looking at knoll number 1 and knoll number 2 are oblivious, knoll number 3. Perception. And this is the funny thing about how you can slow the bad guys, because just as I was tracking Aiden, right? He calls out to his ally. He's got the hammer and he's like, hey, you gotta get free, you know, and comes marching over. 5, 10, 15. Oh, I don't think I want to walk through a fire. Comes over and gives him a shove. And that's all 3 for me. This guy, recovering from the daze, and as you said, Aiden, there's no other ill effects?
Correct.
Okay. Turns, and instead of using the sap on his belt because you were sapped, he just tries to, you know, ineffectually, not a shield bash, but use it like a sap, just kind of give the dwarf a smack, you know what I mean? A light, hard enough to hit, but not hard enough to hurt so bad. So I'll use the actual sap that he's got. Actually, you know, as a free action, he'll just drop the shield, pull his sap, and whack at you. Might as well use the real thing. Now, these little buggers had bolas and saps, and this is how they took you down so quickly. 4 bolas coming at you, and then they just start beating you like, well, never mind. That's just the image that we don't want to go to. Anyway, ready for it. A swing and a miss. And getting angry with a -5 to the second hit. He tries to swing at you again. This time, narrowly missing you, but not connecting. All 4 have gone. The camp's waking up down there, but at least the dwarf seems to have taken the initiative to free himself on your introduction. Sure, Nee. What do you want to do?
Yeah, so I will...
I think it's time for some battle music.
I will step up 5 feet northward and 5 feet westward.
Okay. Can I have an acrobatics check to keep your footing so that you do not sort of fall through into the guts of the dirigible?
Can I not and say I did?
Come on. I'll even let you have athletics if you want. 3. Okay. You step and your foot plunges like ice on a lake. Okay. And then all of a sudden, Shoonie there's that proverbial soaker, right? Where all the way up to her leg. Okay. The whole thing doesn't fall apart and she doesn't fall, but enough of this thing bends and folds with her weight that she becomes trapped. So now you're stuck. 2 actions left. What do you want to do?
Well, the second verse, same as the first. At least I'm not falling down there.
Okay.
And I will attempt to cast Daze at the same knoll again.
Okay. Hey, if it don't break, don't fix it. Hey.
That is a failure. Which means he will take 4 damage.
Okay. Just blasting him with the rainbow. Bing, bing, bing. Actually, that's color spray. Daze, I'm assuming, is just flickering lights and all kinds of cool stuff.
You cloud your target's mind and daze it with a mental jolt. So I am just kind of exposing him to the vastness of the universe. And he's having difficulties comprehending it.
Charwin, you like to claim you're crazy. Maybe sort of your perception is askew. And you and only you see a constellation of faded hands see-through come down and just kind of like crush the Knoll's head as he starts messing him with the spells. Just that sort of extra dimensional out of phase that only Charwin knows and probably no one will believe him. Sherney, any other actions? That's 2 to cast?
That's all 3.
Okay, speaking of Charwin, no, I will not. I mean, I'm not going to make you spend a perception to see that. It's a giant, glowing, celestial hand. Everyone can see it, right? Right? What do you want to do?
Oh,
You managed to get Pylo up here just now, so you're free to act.
Yeah, so I'm looking at this nice blimp, and there's slashes in it. Did I happen to see Sherney kind of...
Oh yeah, she starts making her way along, and then it just crumbles, and now she's got one leg in a kneeling position and is buried like right up to her knee, if not halfway up her thigh, in it. She just shrugged and just kept casting at the guy. You know, like, this is as far as I'm gonna go. I'll cast from here.
Well, I am not so lucky that I have a 60 range spell.
Okay.
So, maybe I'll take 1 step to the northwest.
Okay.
And maybe I can give Sherney a shoulder.
Yep. Yank her out.
Yeah.
Athletics.
Athletics.
Mm-hmm. You haven't entered the danger zone yourself. You just need to be adjacent, which you are.
I got a 12.
Okay. So her turn's done. In your turn, you start sort of like under the shoulders and pulling her out. Slowly but steadily. If you spend your second action, you can get her out more. I'm not worried about another roll, but I'm just saying, like, it's not such a great roll that you yanked her free in one action. So you moved one action to get her wiggling. It's like, if you want to keep burning actions, then you can slowly pull her out.
I think I'll actually spend my last action to get my spear out. So
Okay.
I got that ready.
Okay. So he lifts her up and then just lets her go. If she sinks back down, that's her problem.
I got like the one hand still there.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry, and your last action was?
To pull out the spear.
Right. Pylo. You've been warned that there are hostiles on the other side of this dirigible. And Oracle went running along. Not making good. Charwin to the rescue. What do you want to do? Oh, and there's still guts. There's like a line of guts. You know, her guts are still all like, how long does that spell last, Journey?
10 minutes.
Okay, yeah, so there's still, like, you guys are tied up on each other's guts and stuff. But hey, at least you won't fall off the side.
As long as it's still attached to me.
Yeah. No,
I can disconnect it, but if like I disconnect it and leave it for my hands, then it disappears.
Sure, but 15 feet drop, and you guys have tons of 15-foot slack of guts with each other, and you're only 5-10 feet apart. So I'm just picturing like, you know, you guys get rope guts. That might actually be helpful. Now you can kill it if you want, but anyway, Pylo.
I'm just wondering if we're thinking of jumping down there. I don't know if we want to fight these guys.
These are the gnolls that Charwin and Tuck were hired to extinguish, and you guys agreed.
Well, I guess we're gonna go fight them then.
Now you've spent enough time here,
Yep.
buried, that you know that these are the gnolls. They're just mutants. They've gone back and forth to the, you know.
Yeah, they're ugly, kind of sound funny.
Yep.
Sound like dogs barking than that.
Mhm.
So we got the guts. Now, would the rope guts stretch down so that I could climb down as well, the other side?
Sure.
Is that?
But you might want to warn your
friends.
friends so they don't yank them off the top.
Well, yeah, but I'm just asking if we could.
Yes.
We can use
Oh, yeah. As long as you
Okay.
keep her or him like as your anchor, you can just rappel down the side, all SWAT team.
Okay, well, I'm just letting you know. Okay, guys, well, I got nothing that can hit him from here, so I'm jumping down.
Okay.
And
Anyway, you need to
I'll give it a
clear.
go.
You need to clear the scrap wall. So you got to move forward to where it's rather unstable. So that means you need to go 5, 10, 15, and then in. You know what I mean? So as soon as you get to here, you're gonna start having trouble. So I need acrobatics or athletics.
Acrobatics. Acrobatics it is.
Okay.
Give me something good today. 13.
Yep. And one more. As you get to the edge, and then you start rappelling down.
Okay.
Well, you don't want to jump off. You need something to brace, right? Okay, he starts rappelling down. Boom, 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 poof. Okay. So, warning, usually in action, moving, rappelling. So, as long as it's all climbing movement doesn't, it just slows your movement. It shouldn't like cost extra action. So as far as I can tell, you have one left.
Okay. Well, in that case, I will. Where's my page here? Can't do very much. I can just I can inspire courage from my party and say, "Hey guys, I'm down here, and
hey, +1 is +1, dude. Like you've been.
we're gonna fight these guys. I'm gonna give us a little bit of help and a little bit of boost. So everyone, good job climbing up. Let's do a good job climbing down and fighting them. And I will target all my friends.
Okay. All right.
Nope, that one. There it goes.
And how about? Do you have a new line besides "we can do it" or "you can do it"?
Well, these are the guys we're supposed to be fighting, so I think if we're gonna have to kick their butts, we need as strong as we can be, guys. So let's go out there and kill them. Let's go show them who's boss.
Okay. Which brings us to a certain dwarf in combat.
I take it I can assume that they're coming to fight the gnolls.
Yeah, because this one guy rappelling down is literally like yelling, like, "We can do it! I'm the cheerleader! Yada yada yada! We're here to get the gnolls!" So I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Okay, I just wanted to confirm. And then, so at that point, do I see my equipment around?
Yes. So in front of you, probably provoking, is on the ground the shield he just dropped, and the one behind him actually is holding your hammer. And to the left, those guys are like fidgeting through your gear. So now in this though, everyone has like a martial art. Everybody has a D4 fisticuffs, so it's not you're right. And your cybernetics talk about giving you a +2. Talked about a +2 competence bonus. I was reading earlier. I just can't remember what it's for. Was it strength or talked about all the free boosts from your background? It talked about your background saved by the.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes, it was.
Initiative. Initiative. Yeah. You get a +2 to initiative. Oh, well, that changes everything. Your 8 is now a 10. You don't move it on the track, but you know that really.
No, I don't think initiative. I don't think I do.
What's that?
I don't think I have a bonus to initiative.
Yeah, I just read it. Literally kicked on your dude at the very bottom. You gain a +2 circumstance bonus to initiative rolls because of your clockwork parts. Now, while they are praying and reading as casters, you got to spend 10 minutes winding your shit up, which is funny. And if you don't and start messing around with like swapping gears, then we get to have all kinds of RP fun at GM's discretion. My favorite line in every core book. Anyway, so backtracking. I changed your 8 to a 10. Does not help you much at the moment, but I'm assuming a fist, a gauntleted fist, even a clockwork smack. Right now, it's all because they're giving you real damage. No more unarmed. You know, like the saps they use have actual non-lethal, but everything is lethal. So unless you get special equipment to like spike these, or you're not getting any bonus for like metal hands.
Yeah.
But unless you want to move acrobatics to get past them without provoking, that kind of thing. Cool thing about second edition is not everything has attack of opportunity. Until they make one, you don't know if they have them really, unless you want to recall knowledge, what you know about gnolls, and roll high enough.
No, what I'll do is I will cast shield.
Damn it, no one ever takes me up on that. All right.
Then I will roll acrobatics to. Sorry, then I was raise my shield, and then acrobatics move towards the one that's holding the hammer.
Okay, so you need to grab your shield off the ground.
Don't cast spell.
Oh, cast shield. Okay. When you cast shield, isn't it automatically raised?
No, I think you still have to raise it.
Maybe next round, but surely it comes out of the joint, doesn't it? Troy used to cast this all the time. Troy, you've been deceiving me every round one? I appreciate your honesty, but it sounds like a raw deal going, I make it, I lift it. Well, yeah, I guess. Okay.
You raise a magical shield of force.
Okay.
And casting the spell counts as raising the shield, so boom.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So what you do is you do the raising, here's my shield, and it forms around your raised arm, but then as it lasts round per round, you still have to use the action to hold it up, the raising of, so that's what I thought. That's what we're going to go with right now, anyway.
Sounds good. So, from that perspective, I will do that. Acrobatics to the one with the hammer, and then you can hit.
Okay. Let me introduce you to a wonderful little button called Shield Raised under your AC. Didn't do anything for you, though. Inventory. Oh, that's because you don't have anything equipped. Anyway, sorry, so you cast, and it's raised, and your other two actions?
Athletics roll to move towards the knoll that has my hammer.
Okay. Acrobatics, I think it is to get past people cleanly, unless there is something in athletics that you can trade off. If you
Sorry.
Like shoving them.
You're right. Acrobatics is what I meant to say. I apologize.
No, that's fine.
So here we go.
Also, I kind of want to dodge this fire because you're about to step into a square that has a little bit of fire in it, which sucks.
I rolled a 9 for a total of 13.
You know what I'm going to do? Oh, never mind. I can't do that. That's like, I'll be willing to shift the grid. Like, having the fire in the center 4 squares, that's just pissy. It's like, it should take up a single square, not, like, edges of 4 of them. 13?
Yes.
Where are we here? Acrobatics. Where did my acrobatics go? So if you were to tumble straight through a square, it'd be my reflex and adding a base of 10, which funny enough is 15, like in the old rules. So you go right through them, or around them. With your 13, not quite good enough. So I would say, as you had initially planned, around them's your best bet. Now, if, and that's a big if, they get an attack of opportunity, they could take it. But
yeah,
we don't have it. So you just, interpretive dance and wiggle your way around. And you were headed for where? Dude with the hammer?
Yes, which I'm assuming is Knoll 3.
Yep. Okay. 5, 10, 15, you want to be clear of the fire. So you go running all the way around them. And now this guy is holding it in one hand because he was testing it, banging on, like, you know what I mean? He's wielding it. So let's talk about disarming, which in this game is terrible. I mean, sorry, it's very difficult. You whack and you attack and you do a whole bunch of stuff and you just make him like take negatives. It's near impossible to get him to drop it.
Versus the target's reflex DC. Success, you weaken the target's grasp on the item until the start of their turn. Attempts to disarm the target of that item gain a +2 circumstance bonus, and they take a -2 penalty to attacks with the item.
Okay, so how about this? 1 to move.
The ground.
Yeah, so 1 to move, right? Take 2 whacks. 1 to loosen them up, and second one to try and get it free.
Okay, that works.
Yep.
I can.
Be a -5 though.
Oh, don't cast a spell.
Okay.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like you would focused on your end game, and the shield would have been helpful. But if you want to skip the spell, however, as he was saying, because your one attack is to loosen, your second one will be at -5. Maybe -4 because you're just using your hands. Sorry.
Well, technically -3 because you get a +2. I actually don't know if hands are considered agile.
Yeah. I'd make them so. It's like a natural weapon, right? He's looking it up. Anyway, roll for me. Athletics or a straight up attack roll, Aiden, to actually get the disarm going?
Athletics, but it has the attack trait.
Yeah, because that's why you're taking penalties on the second one. So give me another athletics, sir. It's like wrestling. It's the old CMD versus my CMB, or VMB versus my D. 15. Oh, I like the sound of that. 15 is what the DC was. So come around and hit him with your
Cybernetic arm, yeah, for sure.
Sorry.
The fit.
Cybernetic slap. Attack. Dwarven Foo with metal arms. Loosing him up. Now he's down -2. Second one. Okay, so now you get a +2, but -5.
Fists actually are agile, you were correct. So net -2 on your check.
Right, so,
Okay.
what'd you get? More athletics,
So rolled an 11 for a total of 15.
which is a success. The hammer drops, and so does the end of your turn.
Fantastic.
Who knows what Bellamy's doing at this point? But that would be 3, because 1 to move, 2 to act. Brings us to null number 1. Now at this point, you're like running all around. I'm pretty sure they would notice. Because when one guy literally says, I'm getting free. So, null number 1 sees you running by. Hey! But doesn't do anything. Because if I do something, I have to let go of all your stuff. So he turns to his buddy and is like, you're getting away. And then pulls on your bag. Right? Like, you should go do something. And tries to play tug of war with the guy making athletics check. So he orders him to do something and then makes athletics against his partner to try and pull the bag off of him. Well, buddy goes and deals with you. Dude number 2 ain't having it. You gonna get him. Tries to make athletics check to get it back. So these two just start yanking back and forth. However, number 1, a little back and forth. Number 1 does get the bag, and then he belts him with it. So a little back and forth, 1, 2, 1, 2. With a final action, all he can do at this point is draw a weapon, and looks like he's about to take a step forward towards you, but has burned all his actions and he's done. Null 3, you get the hammer off him. He comes at you with his open jaws. Just leans in to attack. 4 to 1. This might be a short cameo. Growling, snarling. Second action, draws his sap. Third action, attacks with it. Does not say it's agile, so we're going to go -5. Because we want our prisoner back. Anyway, swinging and a miss, clawing and a miss. Boy, you know, if those guys hadn't ambushed you, this could have been a straight up good fight. Null number 4. Forgetting about the shield. Coming around, counting on the fire to block your path. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's talk about squeezing, Aiden.
Yes, let us talk about squeeze.
What were you saying?
So, sample squeeze tasks. Train is a space barely fitting your shoulders. Master would be the space barely fitting your head. So many tight spaces are difficult terrain that you can move through more quickly and without a check. So it doesn't look like there's any actual attack penalties.
Okay, but it's difficult terrain, so it's just cutting up his movement. So it's 5, 10, 20 to step in, 30 to move here. And if I check my speed at 25 feet, so he's actually burned 2 actions just to get to you. So at least there's that kind of penalty, as it were. And that only leaves him 1 attack. And he did not have his... didn't have his sap out. He was playing with shield. So he comes at you with his jaws and misses. Well, these guys are sloppy. Bringing us back to Shurney at the top of the pile. You are still stuck. However, he's helped you out. I will give you a +2 to athletics check to have you pull your own butt out as a single action, or you can just stay here and snipe away.
I'll try pulling myself out, but if that doesn't work, then I'll just stay sniping away. 4. I slip further into the crack.
And pull myself up, and it just... Okay, you're stuck. You are grabbed. I should give this condition, and any penalties that it may endure on you. I'm gonna have to say, because you are grabbed. What do you want to do whilst you're grabbed?
So being grabbed gives me flat-footed and immobilized. If I attempt to manipulate action, I must succeed at a DC 5 flat check.
Okay. So last time, 2 verbal and somatic. It's not a manipulate. You need 3 actions and a spell to get to a material component. So I don't think we owe you any grief.
I thought it was any form of casting a spell was.
Well, manipulating an object is usually when you get to the material component. At least that's how I'd see it. Maybe we can fine-tune that after the break. Anyway, what you wish to do? You are grabbed. I've slapped that condition on you.
I will attempt to cast Daze one last time against the target that I've been hitting over and over again.
No number 4. Yeah.
One control.
No number 4 is your friend. Okay.
Yep. Okay. Oh, I actually need to make the DC 5 flat check first. Okay, I got a 12, so that's a success. Looks like the creature saved, so we should take half damage from this.
Okay. 1 too many hits or magically whaps to the head, he falls over prone. We are not certain about his health at this point.
Oh, okay. That's my turn.
Okay. I'm gonna make him yellow instead of because deleting minis, it's kind of like what? So, but if I just make him non-color, he's still on the board. He's difficult terrain. Charwin, spear is out.
You know, Mr. Bones might have a good idea here. So I'll put my spear away because that makes sense. I'm gonna grab onto Shurney's gut ropes.
Okay.
And I want to start walking, I guess, to the northwest.
Yep.
Yeah, towards the ledge. Towards.
Okay. Now Shurney's stuck, so I wouldn't count her as regular terrain. I'd count her as like difficult. So you might want to go the way Bones did, like around her. So it's only you're good here, and then it's 1, 2. So give me 2 acrobatics.
Okay. Acrobatics. Well, that's not good. I got a 5 and a 12.
Okay. I was actually good with like a flat 5. I just this is put in just so it's there, but not necessarily like just to to screw you up. It's miss rolls 4 and tumbles over. It's having a bad time. So you're actually okay. Give me a climb. Athletics. This is where you might fall on your face.
18.
Yeah, you're good.
Right.
But where to go? Pylo hasn't moved. So you're like... well, I guess you could still move. Like, you still have movement. So where were you? Back here? You're here.
Yeah,
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, that's fine. Even if like you pretty much spend like 1 to put away and then 50 feet of movement, you're done, but at least you're beside him.
Yep,
Okay.
that works for me.
All right.
What's going on, buddy?
Pylo,
That's me.
that's you. Can't hear you, Pylo. Speak up, lean in. What do you got?
All right, there we go, boys. Okay, guys. Well, let's go get these guys and show them who's boss. I'm gonna walk forward 5 feet. I'm gonna look at which is the one, knoll number 3 here. I guess he's what, 5, 10, 20 feet from me. Look at him and say, "Man, you sure are really ugly. If I looked like you, I'd peel my skin off myself." I'm gonna cast biting word.
Hey, that's rude.
And I'm gonna cast biting words at him. So I get
Okay, which target? Number 1?
number 3. Knoll
No,
number
3.
3.
Okay, yep. Gotcha.
Here, I'll mark him there. And biting words is I roll a what is it here?
Oh, so you're actually role-playing your spell. How novel.
Yeah. You can attack with your words once when you finish casting the spell. You can repeat the attack once on each of your subsequent turns. It's a what is it here?
I will say if you said that and then gave us the RP, players wouldn't call you as rude.
It's that's what I was doing, is just insulting the guys and casting biting words. It's a 30-foot range, and it's a range attack roll. So just roll kind of my where's ranged attack in here? there it is there.
Can't you just cast the spell? Should be like
Well,
hardwired in.
It might be. Let me see. I didn't even look at that to tell you the truth.
Yeah, expand the spell, a little magnifying glass, and go to town.
There it is there. Yeah, there it is.
Go, Pylo. Cast Biting Words at Knoll 3. So impersonal. Critical.
Ooh, a crit.
Oh, what happens during a crit? He's really, really hurt. He just...
Double damage on a crit, so it's 2d6 sonic damage and double damage on a hit. So
Okay.
it's just-
Oh, he was having a really, really bad week, you know. He was so depressed the guys let him have the dwarf shield, but no. Or sorry, the hammer. But no, you come along. And damage. He's so depressed. He sits down and falls unconscious. Really? Really, dude? Ah, fine. Well, it is magically enhanced.
He's gonna go fall over and die, turn into a skeleton like me. I told you.
Did you ever see
Okay,
Umbrella
well,
Academy? Umbrella Academy, where the girl like does the I heard a rumor, and you see the like the waft of vapor getting this. Yeah, it's like that. Just a waft of really rude. Dude, I killed a man with my words. Nobody saw it. I mean, well,
And then I'm gonna turn to the guys and say, "See, guys, he wants to be a skeleton like I am. Anyone else want to join me?" And I'm gonna cast Inspire Courage on everybody else.
yeah, your allies behind you and the bad guys in front of you, including the dwarf, they all take a step back. No, thank you.
And to my friends, 'cause I still don't know who this dwarf guy is, so I'm not gonna give him any Inspiring Courage, but I'm gonna cast it on my friends and myself here.
Okay. Yeah, not allies of yet. That's
There we go.
that's good not to meta. Okay. Dun dun dun. I've been using a lot of
I'm gonna
Lindsay's.
stay back where I was, but I couldn't have moved if I cast the last spell, so I won't move. I'll stay back where I was when I first
Okay.
came down the ladder. There we are.
Fair enough. And that's you?
All done. That's all three.
All right. Bringing us to said shifty dwarf whose allegiance remains unknown. What do you want to do? You have a hammer. And people just fall over in front of you unconscious.
Well, the way I see it, the enemy of my enemies are my friends, so I will charge at Knoll number 2 there and take a swing with my hammer.
Sure. But you know, when they read the story, I'm sure it was you that killed them. I'm just saying.
All right. Charge towards the knoll and take a swing with the hammer.
Okay.
My turn.
Oh, let's give you a target here. No, number 2. 17. I didn't have him targeted quick enough for you. Let's have a look here. Yes, that is a hit, but damage will hurt him. Damage away.
Fantastic. There we go.
Yep. How many?
So rolled a 3 for a total of 6.
Okay.
So and swing towards the knoll's knee and kind of get him on a follow through in the hip area.
Yeah, no kidding. Like, that's nasty. You shoot him up very badly. Second swing?
We'll follow through and hit him a bit higher.
No, this time,
So rolled a total of 19.
still a hit.
Fantastic. So come through and club it in the side of the head for another 6 points of damage on a follow through.
And it goes down. And here I was worried about separating the party. Silly me. And that's you, sir?
I will actually. Can I attempt to demoralize the other knoll with my last action?
Oh, you've swung twice and you moved. So you actually are done.
Done. Yeah, you're right. I'm done.
Which brings us to the last guy. You just start dropping people like mad. Dude goes ballistic on you. Starts, frantically fighting for his life with the jaws of death. Snapping at you, ripping at you with a miss. A second attempt. Snapping at you, ripping at you with a critical miss. I will cost him his third actual action on said crit miss, and that's him finished. Which brings us to knoll number 2. Maybe he'll stabilize. Maybe he's dead. Usually creatures just go... We don't know. Null number 3? No word. Null 4? Doesn't seem to want to get up either, which brings us to Shurani.
Let's see if this last one's in range. Ah, perfect.
This prisoner is definitely taking advantage of your interference. He is wasting no time.
Fair enough. I did look it up, so anything that is somatic has the manipulate trait.
All right. Well, you are manipulating the fabric of the universe. Give it that.
Yes, I am, and that is a 6 on my flat check, so I can still cast this spell. And that is a failure, so he will take...
He got 11. He fails.
Yep, he will take 5 points of damage from daze. And then I will spend my final action to try and get myself out of this mess.
Okay.
That is a 6.
Well, at least it doesn't get any worse.
I mean, yeah, honestly.
at the moment, yeah. Your Inspire Courage, does it only last one round? Pylo or several?
1 round.
Okay.
Until the end of my next.
Till we come back to you. Yeah, okay. All right. Which brings us to Charwin.
I'm gonna come back for you, Shirley. Sorry. I'll move to the east to good.
It's fine.
15 feet.
I did that. He's calling you Shirley now. Sorry. I mean, Charwin rapidly approaches, closes to 25 feet, and there's a swing.
And I'm going to cast a spout. Let's see, right
Hit him with the
there.
water hose. Awesome. I love this spell.
Looks like you could use a drink of water. And he succeeded at half damage.
You know what's even better than saying the words? Is having a... what do they call it? A tagline to go with your spell. Nice. 24, but I saved. But...
Damage
with-
would have been 8.
but-
it looks like a 4.
4, he's ignored 1, and yet the pressure from the nozzle is enough to drop him to the ground. And suddenly, there is only one more unknown... Well, he does look very hostile at the moment, I'm just saying. We don't know what's up with this guy. Pylo, you're up.
I just saw the last Knoll drop.
Yep,
And
but
I've
there's
seen this guy.
there's a burly, swinging, armed unknown amidst them.
But I've
Is-
seen this guy take down 2 of them.
Yep, now you might turn on Charwin. The enemy of my enemy is my cousin's former roommate. What?
Well, I guess I'll walk forward a few steps here.
Okay.
I guess this. Well, I can yell from where I am because walking forward. I guess is talking to him in action. We're still in combat now, right?
Yeah, so like I said, you get 3 action. What do? Now you can start just yelling at him like, "Oh, we give, don't surrender,
Hey,
don't look
buddy.
at my face, I'm not undead." Like that's running up and going hi might not be a good idea.
Hey, hey, pal, there. We were hired to kill these gnolls, but you kind of did the job for us. Do you want to wait a second? You might be able to help us out with more stuff. Wait
Okay.
up, buddy.
Andreas, can I have perception? You've
The skill one, I take it.
spent too long in AlkenStar to take anybody at their word. Gangs, people that like if you don't protect your workshop, they just come and rob your protection. You know what I mean? So, skill perception. Maybe you want to give these guys just a once over to see if anyone's like, he's a distraction and someone's gonna pull something on you. Oh, look, they're all reloading and lifting their rifles while he talks to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled a 19 for a total of 24.
Okay, now they have a look at them. They don't look that impressive. Like, the closest guy is an old man in garish robes. The guy talking to you, still tangled in guts, has a painted up face and is slim as hell. And their caster seems to have gotten stuck.
Not wearing pants. Just
And then there's this... Yeah, no pants. And there's this terrible hacking, coughing, guttural noise coming from afar, like there possibly is another member that's having a seizure or having a really difficult time. That is what you perceive with 2 actions left. What do you wish to do? And of course, the one guy that was like yelling and, well, you can do it. And the guy that you were taking cues from is now turned and is yelling at you, going, "Oh, you know, we had to kill him, but you did. Thanks. What do you want to do?"
So I'll just turn towards him, obviously still holding my hammer and in the battle. Say, I won't be cursing my luck. I'd be thanking you for saving me, but what you be up to now?
Parley? I'll be nice and drop us out of battle music. That's
I'll
Dwarven
turn
for
my-
parley. You know, when he says, "What the hell are you going to do now?" Huh? That's Dwarven nicely for parley.
I'm assuming that we've got Charwin's down here with me, and Sherney's still trying to get down, and Atticus is on the other side doing something over there.
Yep.
Fixing his thing. So Charwin's here with me. What's his name? Sherney's down up on top trying to get out of a hole, and Atticus is on the other side of the balloon there trying to fix some sort of gun, probably. Hey, Sherney, you okay up there? Do you need help getting down? This guy wants to talk with us, and I don't think I should lead this. Charwin, what about you? What are you thinking?
Hey, Shirley, can you get Hackus over there to, lift up that balloon when you get down? We might want to leave.
It's a good idea.
Well, it might just be easier for me to stay here right now, since I'm kind of fixed in place, and have you all climb back over. I don't know if there's more exploring that needs to be done northward. Because we
Okay,
kind
Mr.
of have
Grapple
a-
Hook.
climbing up.
There is no evidence that this is all the gnolls.
Well, there's no evidence that this is all the gnolls, or isn't, so we don't know for sure.
As you're talking distracted, I'm going to start collecting my gear.
Did you, Mr. Dwarf guy there? Did you happen to see any more of these ugly creatures here? We're sent to kill them all, and if there's more, we'd like to know.
I'll be taking my revenge on them too. No, I can't say that I have. I was camping and they came up on me. Next thing I knew, here I am, bound and gagged. And they're going through my stuff.
Well, okay, you guys, I think we got them all. Do we all just want to climb back over? Can we bring this guy with us? Is that okay with everyone?
How far out of the city are we?
Do I have to use the lie skill on it? No.
Ah. You said you helped us kill Noel. Is that implying that you're cutting them in on the ingot reward, or did you want to double back a report to the...
Wasn't trying to imply that. I just said you wanted to come with us back out of there. Maybe we can talk with them out.
Did you guys want to go back and tell the goblins the gnolls are all dead? With not really knowing if they are?
Well, while y'all are down there, why don't you just go explore around that bend? See if you can see anything more.
I will admit these things aren't very hard. I killed one of them just by yelling at it. I think we could probably take a couple more if we wanted to.
Charwin, give me a perception.
Oh.
Do you know where this leads to?
Natural 1 for an 8.
Okay.
Charwin doesn't even know if there knows that we killed.
You know,
I'm not sure where I'm at.
It's so bad, it's good. It's like, yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tents. 1, 2, 3, 4 gnolls and a dwarf. 5 and 5. It's all good.
Well, what do you see, Charwin? Should I come up and look around? I guess I can walk up with these guys. I gotta cancel my targets here. Hold on.
Okay.
Well, it was pretty nice of him to get a tent for him. I don't know if those ropes gave him much warmth. I would have gone with a blanket.
No one's going to help Sherney? Now I'm the only one that can say your name right, so I got to be very careful.
I'm going to have you calling him Shirley.
How about you spam me some athletic Sherney? 7. No, it's just wiggling around up there.
Well, I guess we could take a couple seconds to look for
Atticus.
any more of these guys.
I'll
Just
have
in
Atticus
case.
break you free. Finally, it's free of his own trauma and hairball, and see if
There we
we
go.
can.
18.
There you go.
Hey, Charwin, did you happen to catch this guy's name, Mr. Dwarf here? Did you say your name?
Not yet, I have not.
He's staring at you. Why don't you guys describe what you guys look like?
Drew, go ahead.
Oh, sure.
He wants to go last.
No, I just giving Drew. I was just talking, so.
Oh yeah, he's my guy's about a 6 foot tall humanoid. He's got salt and pepper hair. He's got like one blue and one green eye. Kind of carrying a permanent, confused yet disgruntled look on his face. Yep, that's about him.
And I'm about 5'7" skeleton wearing a cowboy hat and a vest and chaps with nothing underneath them, just assless chaps, the boots and everything. That stereotypical skeleton.
And from what you can see at that distance, you can see that I have blue skin and multiple layers of robes.
Now, not to play into stereotypes, but we didn't mention what his class is, and he's carrying a bludgeoning weapon and looking at a skeleton, and dude, you do look very undead. I'm just curious. Now, you've seen Stranger Things, and we are next to the Mana Wastes, Andros, where people go out and come back like mutated terribly.
Okay. But they're all covered in guts still, right?
No, there's a string of intestines tying them off to one another. Care to end that spell?
Oh, yeah, so I'll actually remove my hand from it, and then I'll actually grab a regular rope from my bag and actually slide it into one of the cracks until
Can you cast with one hand?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, because you can still carry a staff around in one hand. Yeah, okay, sorry, Sorry, I've been playing Pathfinder Kingmaker, and it's all -2 with a Magus hand, and blah, 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 and I'm like, getting back into another rule set. No. All right. How would the party ingratiate themselves on this potential ally or NPC that they could shake down for cash for saving his life? They did do most of the work. Or, because there's no way I'm going for the, hey, we're all, I'm a player, you're a player, the characters get along. Nah, I'm not going for that. Convince me. And Eric, feel free to play your character to the hilt.
Why are you out this way? I know I got captured, but what brings you here?
We're here to kill the gnolls. So, just exactly what kind of we just did.
There's none the way you came?
There's nothing back that way. There's some goblin folk, but they were kind of friendly. They helped us out a little bit. We got kind of beat up by some other stuff, but now we're here fighting gnolls. Away we go.
In your case, it seems like potentially the gnolls got the better of you.
The gnolls got the better. We just killed the gnolls. It wasn't gnolls we were fighting. What are you talking? You were the one tied up by the fire.
Yeah, I know, but you look dead and covered in, well, they're entrails.
I'm not really sure how long I've been dead for, but it wasn't a gnoll that killed me. It was, I don't really even know. I was found under a pile of garbage for 20 decades. So I don't even know where I am right. I have no idea. Let's not get into that story.
You've been buried for 200 years? 20 decades?
I don't know. I don't know time.
Or 2 decades. Okay.
No idea.
No, I was just like, missed that part. I thought it was a weekend.
I don't know time. Sorry. I'm not sure how long. It was a long time. I'm not sure how long it was.
A catfolk with a tall cowboy 10-gallon hat with a very large sack over one shoulder comes down, nimbly landing on his feet and just doing the cat scratch pull, like how the pirates hit the dagger into the sail and they just glide it down. That's how he comes down on one claw. Introduces himself as the party leader and says that these gentlemen were escorting him and what's left of his party, and yeah, you do see like a boot sticking out of this bag, through the scrapyard so that he can be free and return his friends to rest. And he's picked these guys up along the way. So perhaps whether you guys want to go back and shake down the goblins for a reward, decide the goblins are vanquished or not, or perhaps some scouting to the north, there's a perfectly good campfire right here for you guys to sit around and get yourselves to know a little better, and we will see you all next time.
I brought s'mores.